October 732 AD. Between Tours and Poitiers, Charles Martel, mayor of the palace of the Frankish kingdom, 48 years old. He stood, gazing south. Beyond the horizon, the Islamic army's encampment stretched across the land. What was he thinking in that moment? The records tell us that Martel had already formed his strategy. For days, they faced each other. The exact troop numbers remain uncertain due to scarce sources, but modern research estimates the Frankish forces at 15,000 to 20,000 and the Islamic army at 20,000 to 30,000. No one knows the precise numbers, but Martel knew. He understood what this battle meant. 21 years earlier, in 711, the Islamic army invaded the Iberian Peninsula. The Visigothic kingdom collapsed rapidly, conquered in stages, and now they had crossed the Pyrenees into the heart of the Frankish kingdom. Leading the Islamic forces was al-Rahman, governor of Al-Andalus under the Umayyad Caliphate. Records show his raiding expedition plundered settlements along the way. Recent scholarship suggests this campaign may have been a raid targeting the wealthy abbey of Tours rather than territorial conquest. Yet, despite scattered resistance, no one had stopped the advance. The Franks were forced into a decisive battle. In al-Rahman's eyes, victory was certain. But Martel saw things differently. He gathered his heavy infantry, soldiers armed with shields and axes. We stop them here. Martel's order was clear. The Frankish tactics were simple. A dense infantry formation to withstand the cavalry charge. Do not move, not one step back. Success meant stopping the charge. Failure meant annihilation. Days of standoff. Finally, the Islamic army moved. Thousands of cavalry began their charge. The thunder of hooves shook the earth. Martel stood in the front ranks. Hold the line. His voice rang out. The Frankish soldiers trembled, but no one moved. The Islamic cavalry crashed into the shield wall. Horses slammed against shields. Riders were impaled on spears. The shield wall shuddered, but it did not break. The Frankish army held. The cavalry charge. It came again and again, but the shield wall never broke. In the midst of battle, al-Rahman fell. He sought to turn the tide, but that decision sealed his fate. A Frankish spear pierced through him. al-Rahman collapsed where he stood. The Islamic commander was dead. In that instant, everything changed. The morale of the Islamic army shattered. An army without its commander. It was no longer an army. The cavalry began to withdraw. The next morning, Martel looked south. The Islamic camp was empty. They had retreated during the night. The battle was over. This defeat halted the major northward advance. Yet Islamic forces remained in parts of southern France for decades, continuing to pose a threat. The Battle of Tours. The main engagement was brief, though exact details remain uncertain due to limited sources. But this battle became a turning point, strengthening Frankish dominance in southern Gaul. Charles Martel. In later ages, he would be known as the Hammer, the man who crushed the Islamic army. This battle is considered a key factor in consolidating Frankish supremacy. Yet he was no king. He was the mayor of the palace, a chief minister. The 18th century historian Edward Gibbon, perhaps overstating the case, wrote, "Had Martel been defeated at Tours, the Quran might be taught in the schools of Oxford." A rhetorical counterfactual, but the battle's significance in its time was undeniable. What can we learn from this battle? First, superior numbers are not absolute. The Islamic army raided far and wide, but in a brief engagement they lost everything. Second, tactics decide battles. Martel's dense formation. It was simple, but it was effective. Third, the death of a commander can end a war. al-Rahman's fall. It triggered the Islamic withdrawal, and most importantly, history's turning points arrived swiftly. However, modern scholarship takes a more measured view. This battle is not definitively the single day that decided Europe's fate. Conflict over southern Gaul continued after 732, and this battle is often understood as one critical moment within a longer political and military struggle. So let me ask you, history's turning points only become clear in hindsight. but those living through them cannot know the future. If you had stood in Martel's place, what would you have decided? 20,000 men against tens of thousands of Islamic cavalry. Could you have believed it possible? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for witnessing this moment in history with me. In this video, we explored how a brief battle shifted the course of European history. Throughout history, there are countless moments of decision, and each decision has shaped the world we live in today. This channel dives deep into humanity's turning points through the eyes of those who lived them. If you found value in this story, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Your support fuels the next chapter. Until next time.